Yes,
Hi everyone, I'm Lisa,
I'm Lori.
and we're here together to give you your final monthly challenge update for 2022. See what's
Yes.
happening around the cross stitch world. Um, I'm really sick with COVID, and I'm here because I wanted to come and see you guys. But I'm going to hand over to Laurie.
Yes. So our first group that we're going to go over is Daily 30. And Daily 30 this month has two monthly challenges and no weekly challenges. So what we've got going on in Daily 30 first is the cookie cutter challenge. It's kind of like a tier challenge. It runs all month long. So let me give you the details. I thought I was really good at pulling this up, and just give me one moment. So basically, you have 5 levels of stitching and you have to work your way through the levels. So the first level, which you start out, is 200 stitches or 2 hours. You get 4 tokens and you can stitch up to 15 cookies. If you finish that level, you can go to level two. Level two is 300 stitches or 3 hours of work for 6 tokens, and you can do that 5 times. So 5 sets of stitches. And in between the levels, like you start off level one, when you move to level two, Carrie posted some photos of, kind of cookie cutters, and it delineates your level. So when you level up to level two, post the photo and you start replying to that photo for level two. If you do 5 sets of stitches for 300 stitches, then you work your way to level three. Level three is 400 stitches or 4 hours for 8 tokens. You can do that 3 times. Then there's level four, the final level. That's 500 stitches or 5 hours of work on a single episode and 15 tokens. And you can only do that once. So what are we doing? I'm saying this is a cookie cutter challenge. So all you need to do is find a whip, anything in that whip that could be a cookie cutter. What I do is like Google search, say cookie cutter, and say you have a hedgehog. Google hedgehog cookie cutter. If you can show a picture of a hedgehog cookie cutter and you have a hedgehog in your whip, that is a set.
So we need
So
to put a photo in of the cookie cutter, do we?
of the cookie cutter and your whip. So as you claim an item in your whip, you say, I'm stitching a hedgehog or I'm stitching a holly bush. You will just, for everything you stitch, you're going to post a cookie cutter photo. And then you start your stitches in your stitches. If you're using the same whip, which I like to use the same whip for several, you can just post the cover photo for that whip and then just say cover photo above. So you post your cover photo of your whip just to prove the item is in your whip. And then for each cookie cutter, you post a picture of a cookie cutter you Googled.
Oh, that sounds fun.
And that will guarantee you get credit for your points if you stitch the required stitches.
Lovely.
Do you have any questions?
Well, my question was, yeah, what we're doing, and did we need to put the cookie cutter like picture in? I'm
Mhm.
just trying to see if I can think of a cookie cutter that I can easily do from these ones.
Mhm.
Um, so let's be really good. I might find a cookie cutter of a horse and stitch on my
Yes.
Big Red Super Life with a horse.
Yes. Or fish, the
Yep,
fish that you have below. And
I'm sure. I think I could find a few cookie cutters.
absolutely. And they don't have to be a holiday cookie cutter. They can be a cookie cutter unrelated to a holiday. Yeah.
Well, I was thinking I actually have. I don't know if it counts as a cookie cutter, but you can get like triangle shaped ones and things too.
You could say it's a tree or a star or a pyramid, or
A
you could
pyramid,
say
yeah.
triangle. Yeah. Just
Mm,
anything triangle shape. Yeah. If you can show a picture of a cookie cutter, go for it.
it's that shape. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. The next event, oh, I will say really quick that these are the last two events to earn tokens. The boutique will be in January. They're not doing a sale this January like they did last year. So the value of the tokens in the boutique album will be the value that you pay. There won't be any discounts. So yeah, it's a good time to earn a good amount of tokens there. The December Dash is the next event. Let me pull up the rules on that one so I am not misspeaking. I am actually participating in the December dash. And basically you declare a whip that you think you will finish before the end of December. If you think you're going to finish multiples, but it has to be a current whip. It's not a new start. So you have to already have stitches in it. So your starting photo when you start your stitches has to have some stitches already in it. And you can list your goals. List what you think you'll work on and what you think you could finish, because even if you don't finish the whip, if you've declared it and you're stitching towards a finish, you will still get credit for your stitches. So you'll receive 1 token for every 100 stitches you put in that declared whip.
Well, when I was when sorry, I was going to say, well, go.
If you finish, you get 3 bonus tokens for finishing the whip. And if you FFO it too, and you show that FFO picture, you get 5 more tokens.
Awesome. I saw that and I went, wow, I wish I was doing finish that stitch December. It would be perfect.
Yes,
But
yes.
unfortunately, this year I'm not, because I just have to finish my Whip Go goals for this year.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
you've just made me think of one I can do, my
Yes.
temperature bookshelf, because it's going to get finished this month anyway. So I may as well declare that one. And I've
Yeah.
only got to stitch on like half of November and December, but
Mhm.
that's one that I'll be able to finish. So yay, I get to stay.
Absolutely.
Which one are you doing?
I'm doing December dash because I really want to finish and I'm focusing on a finish, and I can't double dip across events. So I'm going to finish my I'm just going to go hard on the first whip. If I get that done, I'll go hard on the second whip that I think I can get done, but I might squeak it by. And that's
So my,
Sing and Rejoice and Cozy Cove
I was wondering
are the
what they were. That's what I was
yes.
asking.
Oh, Sing and Rejoice there.
Yeah.
And y'all have seen Cozy Cove. If you're watching our videos, you've seen Cozy Cove. So
That'll be a big finish if you get there. But yeah, go Sing and Rejoice first.
yes. So
Lovely.
are we moving? We're moving on.
Yep.
We'll go to Semi-Sane. Semi-Sane has a good list of events going on. We'll just go down the line. There's this or that for December. It's a non-counting event. You can stitch on a piece with the word December on it or in the whip, or stitch on a piece that is Christmas, Hanukkah, or Kwanzaa related. You post a picture of your whip and you just stitch on it. If you have multiple whips, just post a cover photo of that whip and you stitch on it. No counts required, just to start and a finish. That's easy peasy. Next event is the winter start to finish sale. Unlike the daily 30 event, this has to be a new start. So they've released a password. It was released on December 1st. If you're just catching up, put the password on your whip on a blank, piece, because it's a new start. And then if you finish it, and you get your token, you get your entry.
Mhm.
And the password is gingerbread since it's already out. So gingerbread.
Cool.
Next event is the December Focus Challenge. Every month they have a focus challenge. Basically, it's 1,000 stitches on a whip that you've declared for your focus challenge. The Decorate Your Tree. So this is one of the events where randomly you'll get the stitch goal for the day. And it's already started. You won't earn any entry or rewards for the days you miss, so probably the first and the second, but you can jump in and you can continue to earn entries going forward. So this is run by Karen Garcia. So if you go into the event, you'll see her post for the stitch count. Like for December 2nd, it's 300 stitches. And there are deductions. If there's a 50 stitch deduction if you work on a Christmas whip, 100 stitch deduction if you're working on a Christmas ornament. So doable goals, not too challenging. The next event is the 2022 calendar sale. This is really their yearly, and this is the last of the yearly, and it's the calendar sale. So stitch on a whip that you've declared for that yearly. And the last one is whip wranglers. So many of the extreme semi-sane counting events, this is one of them. Um, you can grab up to 20 whips, and you number them 1 to 20. If they do have a monogamous stitcher alternative track that you can do. And there's 3 different levels to play, difficulty levels. There's the easy for 100 stitches, medium, uh, well, you really roll a dice. So you roll a 20-sided dice, and that kind of tells you what you're working on. So if you want to get the details to that, it's pretty complicated. It would take a while for me to explain it here. But go into Semi-Sane, look up Whip Wranglers. It's a very interesting event, especially if you like a challenge and you like some gameplay. This is really a good event for you.
And it's a good one if you've still got 20 whips left that you haven't touched for the year or something. It will
Oh,
give you a
yes,
random option of how to touch them. So it's good for that.
absolutely. Okay. Pop culture, we normally mention they're taking the month off, and good. It's a good holiday. It's a busy month in December. So they've produced some wonderful events, lots of information. So I just wanted to give them some recognition, Nikki and Diana. With Warriors, our groups that Lisa admins, get to know your admin this month is Crystal. Crystal Ekman, and I will read the prompt. So this is the month that we get to know her because her birthday is in this month. So Crystal lives in Boulder, Colorado. We're going to stitch on a whip or a project that you can tie to Boulder, Colorado. Do you have anything?
I do.
Mhm.
I believe it snows in Boulder.
Yes, that is what I think as well. And so I'm trying to finish Sing and Rejoice. So that is the whip I will do.
Great minds think alike.
Absolutely.
And can I just point out, you don't have the whole month. You've only got till, well, you can stitch it on all once, but for counting for any entries in raffles or whatever, you've only got till 12th.
Correct. Till December 12th. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Stitch on a whip that you can tie to the month of December. That's pretty easy.
Well, yes, but I'm going to surprise you. See, these are my whip go calls for this month. This is the Beatitudes, and it's all talking about God and, you know, blessed is kingdom of heaven. And since Christmas is in December, celebrating the birth of Jesus, I think that ties in.
Absolutely. Sing and Rejoice is my whip for that as well. I don't think I can get points for both of those, but I will post it and we'll see. It's a non-counting, so there you go.
Yeah.
Her favorite drink is Coke Zero. Stitch on something you can tie to this drink. Be creative.
Okay. Well, Coke Zero is a type of Coke. Coke, it's got a lot of water in it. Water, what a boat floats on.
If you link it.
I got COVID brain. It's working well.
Yeah. On that note, there's water in Cozy Cove. Let's see if I can
You're
get
stealing my idea.
Yeah, I am stealing your idea. That's a good idea. We'll see if it flies.
Martha's
Okay.
pretty kind.
Yeah. Her favorite colors are royal blue, hot pink, turquoise. Stitch using any of these colors. So yeah.
Royal blue, hot pink, and turquoise.
Mm-hmm.
That's, well, I guess I have it lucky. I don't know. It depends on my stitch count, but there's every chance that I'd use those colors in my temperature.
Okay. I have whips, but I don't think I have time to stitch on those whips. But if I do, it will be Attack on Titan with that sky. It has those colors in it. Yeah. Okay. Crystal's favorite designer is Plum Street. Stitch on a whip by this designer. Have any Plum Street?
Not
me. Not me either. I have one that I want to start, but that'll be 2023. Lady of the Flag by Mirabilia is Crystal's unicorn pattern. Stitch on this design or another by Mirabilia.
Okay, I can do that. I'm actually currently working on the Maidens of the Seasons. So I can do that.
Oh, and it says any or one that you can tie to the design. So if you have a patriotic lady or flags, that might work as well. Okay, last one, stitch on a whip that you have in common with Crystal, and a link to her whip album that's up is in the event, so you can browse and get enabled and enticed. So
and I'd like to publicly thank Martha for all her hard work getting this event ready this year. Thank you so much, Martha.
Yes,
it's been a great event. So we have other fun monthly events coming your way for next year, but this is the last one of these. So thank you, Martha.
Yes, thank you very much. That's all I have. Do you want to tell us about Down Under Divas?
I do want to tell us about Down Under Divas. So Down Under Divas has got currently a monthly and a fortnightly happening. And they've got some fun things planned for next year as well. Again, remember, this is one group for people who like big stitch counts generally. So the monthly you may or may not be able to do, Laurie, but if you are able to do, then I figure I'll give you the opportunity to say so. I'm just trying to turn my screen around so I can read everything at the same time. I had it ready, but then you got to juggle to see the video as well. All right, so you choose how much you want to stitch, but you've got to aim to do, if you want to get an entry, between 3,000 and 10,000 stitches. So task 1, this is all about Australian TV shows. 2,000 stitches on a piece with something iconic or your oldest whip. Well, you could do that.
Yes, I can.
Iconic, though.
Cozy Co for you, those of you who don't know, that's my oldest whip.
Yes, I'm not currently on my oldest whip. And I don't know if I have anything iconic either. So I would pass on that one. Kath and Kim is Parody of Life in Suburban Australia. Stitch 2,000 pieces on a piece that is nice. It's nice, as in it's lovely. So you can pick anything. It's nice. So a nice piece. But yeah, you could pick anything really. Just explain why it's nice. Number 3, 1,000 Stitches, Man from Snowy River is a famous poem by Banjo Patterson. Film with stunning scenery, horses, or related to family. So if you've got a piece with stunning scenery, horses, or related to family.
Yes, Cozy Coos has horses. You can see the little horsey right there.
Yeah. And I mean, I've got my horse as well. My Ink Circles Big Red Ship of Life has that horse, so that one's easy to do. The Castle is an iconic Australian film starring many well-known Aussie actors. 2,000 pieces on a piece with a castle, a house, a plane, or something that would go straight to the pool room. In other words, something you really value.
I think I would stick on Cozy Cove with that one, with the houses.
Yeah, well, you know, that's it's actually tricky because you're going to die of shock, but I'm not stitching on any pieces with houses this month.
I will die of shock.
Yeah, however, luckily there is a house in my temperature bookshelf, little school house.
That piece has everything, little nuggets.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing what I found in that this year, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. What more can we say? Stitch 1,000 pieces that's on opalescent fabric, overly colourful, or that represents the LGBTQIA plus community.
I have opalescent fabric and it's Sing and Rejoice. So I'm gonna drag my whip over and I don't know if you can see it sparkle, but you can kind of see it a little bit. I don't know.
No,
Anyway, it's
not really.
opalescent. There you go.
I don't think I have any opalescence. So I don't know if I have another 1,000 stitches in it, but this is definitely overly colourful.
Yep, that is.
Babe is a family movie about a pig and his owner. 500 pieces on a piece with a pig, or that you can relate to a farm.
Oh, yeah. Cozy Cove has the animals in the background.
Yes, that works.
If you can see them far in the back there by the beach.
Yep, there's a farm
there.
Yeah. I don't have anything to put.
Okay.
Oh, I told you it wasn't great for filming, but anyway.
That's okay.
Crocodile Dundee. Classic Australian movie set in the outback and New York. 500 stitches on a piece with a crocodile, a knife, or something related to New York. I've got it. There's a crocodile.
Yep. I wouldn't stitch on it, but Anzac, I believe, has a crocodile in there.
Yeah. Adventures of Blinky Bill animated series. He had lots of native friends. Here you go. You're going to bring out Anzac for this one. 500 stitches on a piece with a koala or another Australian native animal.
Yep.
Miss Fisher's Murders is a mystery in the 1920s in Melbourne. Stitch on 500 on a piece that shows crime or is related to the 1920s.
Well, I don't think I have crime. So I think I'd pass on that one. Or 20s.
Well, I wonder how broad you can be about 20s because I'm currently working on heirloom stitching sampler. And in the 1920s, families would have sat around stitching together.
Yep. That's true.
I'd be possibly pushing it, but that's the best I can come up with at the moment. Muriel's Wedding's another well-known Australian movie. Set in a fictional town of Porpoise Spit and features the souls of ABBA. 500 stitches on a piece that contains a porpoise or a spit or a design that starts with either A or B. Now, you could probably pretend Cozy Cove is spit.
Okay. Or A for Attack on Titan. Yeah.
And I would have to go B for Beatitudes.
Oh, yeah.
And last one, Bananas in Pajamas. The song turned into animated series, and you're all very lucky that I'm not feeling well, or I would sing it for you. 500 stitches on a piece in yellow or blue thread, or a piece with a teddy bear. So you have to do the 500 stitches in the blue and yellow thread, or on a piece with a teddy bear.
Yeah, I would have to do Attack on Titan because of all of that blue sky up there. I'm sure I could get that in there.
I could probably do my Big Red Ship of Life again because this is a colour completion sort of piece. So I would probably be doing the water in blue. So I could do a whole bunch of blue water or something. And that is what we've got down at the Divas.
Yeah. There are a lot of other groups going on, but nothing monthly. Just more like role play kind of games that I'm in. So that's it.
And nothing's really happening particularly interesting. Oh, there is another thing happening that's interesting, Laurie. How bad of us, because it's not up yet. In Wig Warriors, after the Wig Warrior event finishes on the 12th of December, we will be having our annual Christmas event.
Yes. Not a monthly, but kind of semi-monthly, like week-ish. Yeah.
It'll be like sort of, it'll be for the rest of the month anyway, half a month. So you can look forward to that if you want something to stitch on over the festive season. We haven't fine-tuned it yet because I've been sick. but it will be fine-tuned before you need to know. So come and join us on that front. If you haven't joined Whip Warriors for 2023 and you'd like to, it is closing for membership, I think, on the 20th of December. So about that time. So please make sure, if you're interested, make sure you answer all 4 questions. And that also means you can join the Whip Warrior Road Trip as well if you were interested in that. All right. Well, thank you, Laurie, for holding the fort with me today.
You're very welcome. It's fun.
Have happy stitching, everyone. We'll see you in the new year.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.